this like sharp, razor-edged mind. They're just hearing this, and like a lot of women going, "Oh, Leviism, that's the world where I want to live in. Leviism, that's where things are so sparkly and the things are so clear, and there's like a definition of right and wrong. And Leviism is all about, you know, good and evil and God and Torah and mitzvahs. And Leviism is all about punishing the wicked and putting a separation between decent, law-abiding citizens. And Leviism is where the woman comes first in pleasure and second in danger. And Leviism is a world where these kind of predators are put away, and if they've been guilty of murder, they're put to death." And she's thinking, "Oh, Leviism, that's the world I want to live in. Leviism, I want to take up my abode with Levi, and I want to live in Leviism forever. Let me just be one with Levi right now."
Okay, that's Leviism. But Judaism says this guy, the halachas have nothing to do with this guy. If he's a shaita, if he's a petty, the halachas have nothing to do with this guy. Torah just whizzes right by him, and he can't be responsible for his actions. Therefore, the concept of frying him doesn't exist. That is coming from your Yetzer Hora. That's coming from your evil inclination. Leviism is evil according to Torah, which is the absolute. Torah is absolute. Everything.
Keep going, I'll be right back.
Or you're not even listening.
I'm listening, I'm hearing it all.
You remember to take the towel from behind.
Yes.
Okay. Leviism, if it runs counter to Torah, then Leviism is evil. Because Torah says totally different. Torah says, a shaita, a crazy person, or a petty, with the same thing, we can't fry them. They should never be fried. They can't be punished or held responsible for their actions. That's it. That's what Torah says. It says nothing. It doesn't say. Let's see what else is going on around here. Now there's just discussion in the chat room. This is good. I'll talk to the chat room while Levi's in the turlet. What about for the public threats from the public threats to the rest of the community? Don't we consider him a public threat? And that's why I say I think the best solution is to put him in an institution that's designed for the mentally retarded. He needs to go to one, and if New York can't afford one, then send him out of state to a state that does afford one. But he needs to be in an institution where he can get the help he needs. Someone who's mentally retarded needs to be in an institution where they know how to handle people who are mentally retarded. If the guy's crazy, then you put him in a sane asylum or whatever the hell they put these people in. Where were you sent a couple years ago?
Rikers.
Right. No. Where were you sent? Like the mentally.
The Santa Monica Home for Mentally Ill Bloggers.
Yeah, that's where you need to be. He needs to be in a place that and I'm not just talking about him. I'm talking about anybody who's insane according to Torah, or anybody who's mentally retarded. They need to be in a place where they can get the care that they need. That's it. We care about them, but we cannot fry them, Levi. That is evil. That's coming from your Yetzer Hora.
Okay, folks. Now here's a special deal. Right now, if you'll PayPal me $20, I will undo another button on my shirt. If you PayPal me $50, I'll take off my jacket and I'll undo 2 buttons from my shirt.
How much does it cost to make sure he keeps everything on?
And if you PayPal me $100 right now, I'll keep everything on for the rest of the shirt. Oh, and I wanted to say this. This guy has a Facebook account, and he's got like 200 friends on Facebook. Someone is mentally ill.
They're all retarded.
And has a Facebook account, and with about 200 friends. They know what they're doing, and they know that murder is wrong, and they deserve to be responsible.
I'm going to borrow a page from D-Medic. He says he knows people who are autistic who can do certain things, but then they can't handle other things, right? Well, half my friend list has got Asperger's or autistic. I mean, my whole friend list is crazy. People with OCD, people with, this. I got all them bipolar people, and my whole friend list is, psychiatric, right? So being on Facebook or MySpace and figuring out how to add somebody, that doesn't mean you're not crazy. And by the way, we talked about this. We said one of my opening statements, a kid might know the difference between right and wrong, but nevertheless, they're not responsible for their actions. So let's not go down the rat trap of, oh, he understood the difference between right and wrong, because that is not the determining factor here. The determining factor is, does he have the mind of someone over 10 years old or not?
So like a 12-year-old boy who's like helping his teacher after school, one thing leads to another, and suddenly they're having sex. He's not responsible for that great sin.
Is a 12-year-old boy?
Yeah.
According to Torah?
Yeah, as he's pluking his teacher.
No, he's off the hook on that one, but she's going to have a problem. we won't look kind. Torah won't
What
look
if
kind.
she's only 12 years old too and hasn't been bat mitzvahed yet?
Well, no, she's bat mitzvah if she's 12, automatically.
What if she's 11?
11 and a half in a day? Okay, if she's 11,
And
no.
he's 12, and they're boffing.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, he's 12?
Yeah, and she's 11.
And she's 11?
Yeah.
No, everybody, those two are off scot-free. But
Oh man, I'd be 12 again.
a 12-year-old boy and an 11-year-old girl, no problem. Okay, but if he was 13 with her, then he'd be in trouble. But if he's 12, no, he's fine.
I'm gonna tell my son, like, enjoy it all the way up to your bar mitzvah, boy. And then after that, you're fried.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, if you have a person who's got a sound mind, a person of sound mind, and they turn 13, the whole Torah you throw at them. The whole Torah, they're responsible for all of it. A 13-year-old pulls a gun on somebody, kills them. Torah says they get executed. Try them as an adult. That's what the Torah looks like. It says 13, you're an adult. In America, they're really lenient about that. It's 18. In Torah law, 13, you can get married at 13, you can marry a woman who's 12, and you can get executed. You're a full adult 13. If you're a guy and you're 12, Torah doesn't apply to you yet. That's why bar mitzvah is a huge thing. It's not just a party, lady, where they give you money and like some girl offers to give you a blowjob.
Chas v'shalom.
That's not that it's not just your first blowjob and your and you get some money and they give you a party and you're like a big deal. Look at me, I'm bar mitzvah. Woo woo woo. And everybody like flies in from out of town. It's more than that. 13 is when you really become a man according to Torah. It's like becoming 18 in the United States. Go ahead. I've talked too much. You go ahead.
I'm done with this topic. I'm done with Levi Aaron.
Levi, that's a name. That's a name of.
He's made my. He's
put your name on the back. He's put your name on the map. Because when I think of a Levi who's got serious mental deficiencies.
Spurned by the community.
Wait a minute, not so quick, mister. Who's got more in common with this guy, me or you? Let's examine this going the other way. We're not done yet. He's got more in common with you. He's got your same name, spurred by the community, new to the community.
A little bit slow.
A little bit slow, right?
Not a good prospective son-in-law because he doesn't earn much money.
Doesn't earn much money, right? Doesn't know much, and a failure in past relationships with women, right? So how do we know that you aren't going to
Because I know the difference between right from wrong.
And you're going to go to... Not really. You think that it's right to kill this guy, but I keep telling you the Torah says not like that. So you don't know the difference between...
Oh, my opinion doesn't matter. I'll leave it up to the judicial system. I'm just giving you an opinion.
Okay, but your opinion goes against the judicial system, goes against Torah. All right. Let's go on to the next thing.
Yeah, but I've been with attractive women.
Okay, you talk. I want to just go through this really fast and see what's been going on in the...
Okay, sports fans, so coming up on the show, we're going to tackle a topic that's near and dear to the rabbi's heart, which we'll probably get very angry about. So, just
that means that you want to pick a topic to make me angry with.
No, it's a relevant topic, and it's a topic that I struggle with myself.
Oh, okay.
So, folks, if you knew that an esteemed rabbi was dating someone half his age, would you have more respect, the same respect, or less respect for the rabbi? So what is the significance when a man is dating a much younger woman? Is there anything wrong with that? Should he be shunned? Should he be, should people say, unkind remarks about him behind his back, to his face? Should people give him a hard time? or should people just honor that choice?